In today's video, I'm going to be discussing bank accounts and your monthly benefit checks administered by the Social Security Administration, including but not limited to retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA, and RRB. That's the focus of the video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, now first off, in this video, I do want to offer some clarification as to what's going on right now, as there's a lot of people out there wondering, what does this mean for my fixed income benefit, like all those benefits I mentioned at the beginning of the video? That's a really good question. And again, I want to offer some clarification because some really weird things have been happening. And when it comes down to your monthly benefit checks, I'm guessing that you're probably like every other beneficiary who is 100% reliant on your monthly benefit check, or very reliant on the bulk of your money that you get from the administration each and every month, because this is the bulk of the income for most people who are living on a fixed income benefit. So as a result of that, if something were to happen to this, that would be a very, very, very bad situation for basically all the beneficiaries. So again, why I want to clarify for you here in this video, again, something that I get questions about every so often, and again, I want to bring this to your attention, very important at the end of the day. So again, there's also some major changes happening right now across the entire country and globally as well that may translate into what I'm talking about here in this video. So anyway, let's get into it and talk through the details. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? Can you please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below the video? It's totally free to do so. There's a big subscribe button down there. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet. It's totally free. I'm here for you every single day, advocating on your behalf, watching the headlines, doing all the research, and breaking it all down into these short videos, and of course, answering your questions and doing whatever I possibly can to help you navigate this time right now. Things are weird. The last few years have been very weird, and realistically, the next couple of years are going to be very weird as well, based on what we currently know as of right now, probably a lot longer than that as well. So again, I'm here for you no matter what every single day. I have been for several years now, and I have no plans on going anywhere. So again, thank you so much for being here. Truly do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below, again, if you have not done so, and there's also a share button right down below as well. Make sure to share this video with your friends on your social media so they also have an idea of what is going on here, and again, so they can continue watching the awesome videos here on the channel. Thank you. Truly appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And let's talk about this. Bank accounts, and again, your fixed income benefit. When I say fixed income benefit or any benefits administered by Social Security, literally just fill in the blank with whatever benefits are out there. Any fixed income benefits, just fill in the blank. It doesn't really matter what we're talking about here. There's no benefit in particular, just all of them. It's all encompassing, okay? All right, anyway, so when it comes down to it, where are your monthly benefits deposited? By the way, do not give me banking information down below in the comment section, okay? That is not my business, and I certainly don't want to know that, okay? That's your personal details. Do not share that down below. You wouldn't believe some of the information that I've seen down below in the comment section over the last, call it 3 or so years. It's nuts, some of the information I've seen down there, okay? I've seen Social Security numbers. I've seen all kinds of things, okay? When I see that stuff down below in the comment section, I delete it. Why? Because that shouldn't be out in the public domain like that, okay? So anyway, I know you know better. I'm just saying, I have to throw that out there really quickly, okay? But anyway, really quickly, where do you get your benefits deposited? Is it in a bank account, a checking account, a savings account? A lot of people do get it deposited onto a Direct Express card, okay? That's fine, okay? That's really good. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But what happens if your financial institution just goes belly up one day? Does that mean your benefits end and you can no longer get your money? No, that's not the situation. In fact, the last couple of years here, we've seen a number of big bank failures across the country, right? A lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. It hasn't been a lot. It's been a handful of very big bank failures, okay? That's not a good thing when it comes down to, your banking and your money, things like that, right? Now, according to what I've been reading on this as well, again, I have no idea what the future holds. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, tomorrow this is going to happen. I don't know that, right? All I'm saying is based on what we're seeing out there and based on what people are suggesting is that later on this year, we may actually be seeing some other bank failures coming in, okay? Now, this all translates into a variety of things. I don't really want to go down that path too much. I'll tell you really briefly. A lot of it comes down to loans on corporate buildings and things like this. So basically, big real estate transactions. Okay, we're not talking about like homes and things like this. We're talking about like office buildings, strip malls, major office complexes, warehouses, the big things like this. Okay, so a lot of this debt is coming due, and a lot of people can't pay it. Therefore, there's going to be massive defaults. So as a a result of that, it's all going to come back onto the shoulders of the banking sector, okay? The banks are going to take the brunt of that because they're not getting paid. Well, banks need to service their debts too, right? It's not only us who have debts, banks have massive debts as well, and they need to service the debts, otherwise they go under as well, right? So it's like this big loop. We all need to service each other, okay? Anyway, that's all about I'm going to say on that. I can certainly talk about that in a separate video if you want me to, but it's all basically coming due, all this debt's coming due, okay? Long story short here, okay? So the big question, the big concern is, okay, I'm banking with XYZ Bank, and, if they go under, what happens to my money, my benefits, things like this, okay? It all comes down to the protections and the insurance that these banks and financial institutions have, okay? They all have, well, okay, I shouldn't say all, the vast majority of any reputable bank should be FDIC insured, okay? So anyway, basically what this does is it offers up to $250,000 of insurance on deposit accounts, okay? So if you have a checking account, a savings account, something like this, they have that they have an insurance policy on those accounts, okay? So per account, $250,000, which is $250,000, okay? So it's insured up to that level. In other words, if the bank goes under, if the bank goes down, and your money's sitting in, a deposit account, a checking, savings account, something like this, you're protected up to that $250,000 with the FDIC insurance, okay? So in other words, if the bank goes under one day, just evaporates overnight, and it's gone the next morning, you still have that insurance in place where you don't have to pay for it. The bank has that in place for the depositors. And in other words, you'll get paid out by that FDIC, okay? Provided they have that insurance. Now, when it comes down to credit unions and other places like this, it's NCUA. It's basically the same thing. They offer insurance up to $250,000 per deposit account, okay? So if you have over that, which by the way, think of this, back in, I think it was, early 2023? Early 2023, we had a handful of banks that failed. One of the big ones that we heard about a lot was Silicon Valley Bank. Whoa, all these people had millions and millions of dollars sitting in their accounts, right? Technically, they were only protected up to that $250,000 level per deposit account from FDIC insurance, okay? Unless there were other insurance measures in place, but for that, it was just protected up to there. Well, guess what? Did all these people lose their money, anything above $250,000? No, they were bailed out. Remember that? The taxpayer held the bill on that one, okay? They continue to tell us, oh, don't worry, taxpayers, you didn't foot the bill for that one. We actually did. Just like all the other banking bailouts that we had over the last, call it, 15, 16 years, yeah, taxpayers paid the bill on that one as well, okay? So anyway, this is what it comes down to. At the end of the day here, what I want to, the big point I'm making here is, will your checks be impacted whatsoever, as in your Social Security, your SSDI, your SSI, your VA benefits, your RRB, the benefit checks, and the money that you rely on to live on, and the income that you receive from these programs? Will that be impacted whatsoever if your bank were to fail in the situation that we're dealing with right now? The big answer is no, you'd be fine, okay? The big answer and the big question is no, you'd be totally fine, okay? It would have no impact whatsoever to your monthly benefit. If your bank disappears overnight and they're just gone, okay? That can happen. Believe it or not, it can happen, okay? We've seen it happen the last year and a half or so. We've seen it happen a few times. But if that were to happen, basically you'd be protected by FDIC or the insurance that the bank has, okay, on depositors, on the bank account depositors. You'd be protected by that insurance. If they do not have insurance, well then you're kind of banking at the wrong place. If they don't have insurance, wrong bank. It's probably a little hole in the wall that probably shouldn't exist in the first place. But I'm guessing that is not the case for virtually anybody. Basically, every financial institution is pretty much insured and protecting their depositors, okay? But anyway, when it comes down to it, so you'd have that insurance in place. But basically, yeah, it might create a little bit of a headache in the event that this were to happen to you and your bank account. Yes, it certainly would create a headache because now you got to find a new financial institution. You need to find a new banking account, sign up somewhere else, get a new bank account somewhere else, and then basically have your new benefits deposited into those new accounts, okay? But I'm going to say this much as well. I would not lose sleep over this. I would not worry about this. I've had a handful of people reaching out saying, what if my bank fails? Well, this is what happens, okay? Bank fails, bank goes under, accounts are basically frozen, and you'll get access to that money someday, somehow. You'll get that. It's not going to be like gone. The bank's not going to steal it from you. They're not taking it from you. It's not how it works, okay? You're protected up to some degree. But then again, when it comes down to your deposits of your future checks, well, then that might create a little bit of headache, as you may need to open up accounts somewhere else and go forward with a new situation as far as getting that banking information to Social Security. Again, I wouldn't worry about it, okay? For the most part, I definitely would not lose sleep over this. There's a lot of other things we can lose sleep over. This is not one of them. I would not be concerned about this whatsoever when it comes down to these types of situations, but it is a reality. There are many different bank failures that have happened over the last several years. We've seen some in the last couple of years here, and likely more to come. Is it going to be widespread across the entire country? Don't know, right? We don't know. It all depends on the big old thing that I talk about all the time, the economy, okay? It really comes down to the economy. That's what it comes down to. And all of the debt service that I talked about a little while ago, as far as coming due this year, if people can't pay their bills and these big corporate buildings, these big office buildings and things like this, if these are, if these debts are not being serviced and the banks are not getting the money, well, then that puts a lot of extra strain on the banks because now they have to service that debt. Does that kind of make sense? Right? So it's a lot of debt sitting on their balance sheet when they're not getting paid for it, right? So that can be that can put a big strain on any business sitting on a lot of debt like that they weren't accounting for, right? So anyway, when it comes down to your monthly benefit, again, I would not worry about this whatsoever. This is what's going on. And again, we'll likely see more bank failures, but is it going to be widespread across the entire country? I have no idea. We'll only have to wait and see. And it's all going to be based on the economy and what the health of the economy is doing. Which, by the way, these high interest rates right now are not exactly helping the situation. They're not doing the best thing at all for kind of the banking sector at the end of the day. So just want to throw it out there really quickly. So anyway, I hope this explains it. For those of you that have been asking about this, this should give you more clarity on this. The big, more of the story is here. Don't worry about it. That's all I want to say right now, okay? Just don't worry about it right now. No reason to lose sleep over it. No reason to even think about it at this point, okay? If we see some major financial crash, some big banking failure coming down the pipeline, we can probably think, hey, look out. We might want to be prepared for this. But even in that situation, it's not like that big of a deal. Okay, fine. We have a couple days worth of headaches, or we might need to open up some new accounts, things like this. But other than that, I wouldn't worry about it whatsoever. So does that kind of answer it? Again, I see this question down below. I've had a few people email me about it, asking me like, what's going on here? Do I need to worry about my bank? No. Oh, by the way, when it comes down to Direct Express as well, they're also backed up as well. Same old situation, okay? So, kind of the same situation there. I can make a dedicated video about that if you'd like me to and talk about Direct Express exactly, but yeah, wouldn't worry about that either. So anyway, I know, kind of a weird situation, but that all kind of bases on the economy, interest rates, kind of banging around everything right now and kind of messing up the whole system for the whole, kind of everybody, basically businesses, the individuals, us, all of us. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. Again, if you have any further questions on this, please feel free to stick those down below in the comment section. Otherwise, I can always come back and clarify this further if you want me to, but that's what we have for now, okay? So I know, kind of weird questions, kind of a weird situation, but this is what explains it. So I hope that helps. Again, if you have not done so, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Down below in the video library, you'll see some videos there as well. You can check out the channel for that. Otherwise, in the comment section and the description of this video, I've hand-selected some videos which I'm stuck there for you. Check out those videos. Otherwise, you'll see some videos here on your screen right now. Check out those videos as well. Thanks for joining me again. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and check out the other videos here on your screen. And until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.